Hey everyone. So this is kind of like unofficial part two of my reaction to the 3.2 special program. Um, Never done anything like this before, but I wanted to kind of just give my thoughts, and I honestly want to see where everyone else is at with Honkai Star Rail because Honkai Star Rail is my first gacha game. Um, so it's not a game that I kind of want to just throw to the side. Not saying I don't play other gacha games, I do. Um, but essentially, 3.2 special program kind of just left a sour taste for me. And I've never really had that big of a problem with most of the special programs. I usually enjoy most of the special programs. Not saying they're like, oh my god, they're crazy, they're so good, but I've never had one where I'm like, damn, that was a mess. Essentially, I've never really felt that before, but for this one, I honestly did, to the point where, yeah, I'm making this video now. But I do not want to essentially drag it on, so I'm gonna try and go in like pretty much from when it was revealed in the special program and forth, so I can go in some semblance of an order. Right away, we have all of the, like, it's just right away, it just felt like the first portion of, from the moment we left the trailer, I was actually like, oh yeah, they're talking about the picture. They're talking about the picture that we're dying apparently in Castrus's arms. Okay, cool. We might get some information on that. All right. No, it was kind of like they were just doing a joke. They were doing a bit, blah, 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 blah. And then it turned into like what felt like 15, 20 minutes of just lore, 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 lore. Like, oh, because by the time, so we got the first code here. By the time we got the second code, which was all the way, I believe, oh my gosh, right here, the only thing that we got between that was it showed us Styxia, the map, where I guess this is happening. I forget what this freaking the death god is. And then it showed us the boss, how they like eat your HP, and you gotta like beat the little timer thing to get your HP back. And if you do damage to it, you get HP. And if you deplete the little gauge, you do bonus damage to it. All right, cool. Um, Besides that, it was like, all right, new map. The only thing that I liked from the new map was, okay, cool, it's outside, great. And now with the little like like the little area that is rewound essentially, like this thing right here, that right there, this little bit where it tracks you now instead of you having to click on it, or you have to go to it, shift it, and then it does it, like it makes the map accessible to you. You know, it's the whole gimmick. Now it follows you. Okay, cool. All right, move on, boss. All right, cool, move on. After that, I was like, damn, we're already getting the second code. I really didn't feel like I got much, and so that was where my gripe was. Then we came to this area right here. I was like, yo, I do like the sets. I do enjoy the sets. And I like it when they put more, I enjoy when they put effort into it. It's nice. So move into this. Okay. I'm expecting, all right, we haven't talked about the characters yet. It's time to get into Casterus and Anaxa. This is not the keeping up with Star Rail videos that they release later on, which give you a detailed video just on X character. They usually give us a little bit of stuff here and there, but this just felt like a mess. I don't look at leaks, dreams, whatever you want to call them. I don't look at them. And if anything ever catches wind in my YouTube algorithm or Twitter, I just throw that thing to the shadow realm because I don't want to see any of it. I like being surprised. The only downside is that I don't know what materials to farm for, and I kind of just have to guess. That's the only downside, pretty much. But yeah, it's not like, crazy. So right away, I was like, oh, Casper is awesome. Lovely. We're getting this. Then, I saw idle animation. This idle animation was cool. The nether, what is it? What, I don't know what it's called. Night netherware or something like that. Nightwing. I don't know. They'll say it right now. Regardless, it just was talking. Like look. From here, where are we at? What time step are we at right here? What time step are we at? 30 all the way to like, it was almost 3 minutes of yap. Just get into the character already. Just show me the damn character already. This is the character that they have been pushing. They've been just trying to throw this one at everyone. Okay, this is the one everyone is up in arms about. This is what I've heard. Apparently, casters are going to break the game. Casters are going to ruin the game. Yada yada yada. Caster is a must pull. Whatever. Yada yada yada. I like casters as a character. I love that she has a scythe. I'm a big sucker for scythe characters. I've always said, oh, if there's a scythe character, I'm gonna pull for them. I just didn't want Seela because, like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling with her. And now they have a summon, and then she has the gimmick of like, oh, if your unit drops to 0, they don't die, and if they have a certain time frame to where if they get healed, then they're good. And or if they get shielded, which I thought was kind of crazy that the shields work because the boss tears through shields. Move on from there. Okay, this is a little confusing because I was like, what is going on? But this thing apparently heals its own HP to do damage. That one I am gonna watch the Keeping Up with Sorrow one for casters because I need more context. I really need more context. Move on from there. She pretty much is like Jing Liu times 5 or times 10. She eats all of her allies' HP to do more damage and to heal her summon, or it gives her alt charge to summon her summon, and then her summon, if it dies, it explodes and heals all your allies. So it's a very give and take, kind of ride the line of death essentially with her. But while I was listening to it, it was just like it was so much information, it felt like, because like it was just hard to keep up. And I was like maybe it's just me. I don't know. If you guys, let me know down in the comments. Was there just so much going on throughout the whole thing? Not just this part, but I'm gonna get to it again later on, where it's like, wait a minute, wait, is that a thing? Like there was a moment where for probably a good 3 to 5 minutes, they were just like, there's this, and then there's this, and this is how it works, and then you get this, and that's how it works, and this, and it's like, whoa, like calm down, like give me a second to ingest that or to digest that so that I can react to it, or that I can form an opinion or whatever. Give me like 5-10 seconds at least. It was just like rapid fire. I'm like, okay. All right, that's the whole thing with Casterus. Yeah, she has her ability. You know, she rides the line of death. Anoxa was cool. I liked his gun ability. Like the pistol. I think it's a pistol. I don't know. But I thought it was cool. He has pretty much, he just spawns weaknesses on people. His auto attack will like spawn a random one. His ultimate puts them in like a certain state where they can get every single weakness applied to them. So I could see people building like not mono teams, but like throwing a Nox in there and then having all the other be a certain type, and you just like, essentially Anoxa will help you get past all of the issues for types. But I'm assuming there's going to be like an Eidolon or maybe his Light Cone that maybe gives you an increased chance to proc the weakness that is more relevant to your team at the time. Who knows? We'll see. Oh, the other thing about Casterus is that Casterus, apparently she doesn't even need to be in your damn team for her to proc her like death ability. The one where you need to heal or shield someone for them to get like back up. And it's like, okay, that like, those are the things that it's like, wait a minute, why? Like, that's weird. But I'm guessing that's the stuff that people were up in arms about Casterus. Again, more yap. We finally get to his videos. We finally get to his skills. It genuinely felt that they were just, they didn't have a lot to even talk about. It was in a matter of sense, hey, we've got casters, we have Anoxa. Let's talk a little bit about the map. Let's talk about some new mechanics that we've put in. And then we don't have anything else. So let's yap because we don't want this to be like a 25-minute special broadcast. We zoom. Okay, they show us the banners. Cool. They show us the other sets that are going to be in there. Fugue, Jiaocho, however you say his name, and Acheron. Cool. Acheron might be a good pickup for some people. It kind of sucks that Acheron and her best Nihility partner is in there. I don't even have this character, but from what everyone says, that's her best. It sucks that they're in there. Cool. But that's not my main gripe. My main gripe is going to be over here where it turns into like, okay, cool. You're giving this. Awesome. Okay. Little gimmicky event. They're really pushing these Chimera things. I know there's an event right now. I haven't even touched it. Moving on. Another event, okay. Free Stellar J is cool. Then there's a quality of life update right here. Let it play for a little bit. There's a quality of life update that when you run pretty much relics and whatnot, etc. Or I think it's just relics, sorry. When you run the Cavern of Corrosion relic sets, you can choose right off the bat. I guess there's a setting to where, if it's 4-star or below, etc., it'll just automatically salvage it. I'm assuming most people do this, but when I run the Cavern of Corrosion, I look at the 5 stars, check the stats. If the stats just don't even link up with what the sets, or like if I just don't like the stats on it, I'll just mark it to be discarded, so that after, I don't know, maybe like a week, 2 or 3, I probably have close to inventory full of relics. I will just go and get all the materials for them. Like I'll salvage all of them in one go and boom. This is a nice one, but at the same time, it's like, the 4-star, like if you're already max level and whatnot, and you only care about 5 stars, yes, 4-star below, throw them to the wolves. Yes, saves you time. Great, nice quality of life update. That's fine. This one right here, where it goes off like stats and stuff like that. I'm a little apprehensive about that one because you have to trust the system. So like, as for 5-star relic, we've also added a new smart discard feature. This helps trailblazers further filter out those subpar relics. Sorry. Choose whether to salvage them or not. That's right. So what does it say? Based on player data, choose if any of the following requirements is met. Main stat, not suitable. Subsidiary stats, effective occurrence count, 0 enhancements, 1 or fewer. Like, again, I'd have to see how it works a bit more. You test it out, see how I feel about it, because I'm very apprehensive when it comes to testing the game system to adequately judge if something is bad or good. And there will always be those people who might be running something else that doesn't follow the mold. So there's that. Then we get our third code, and I'm like, wait a minute, we're getting our third code already? Oh, it's an anniversary next month? At first I was like, they're probably gonna not do anniversary information until next special program for 3.3. But then I was thinking, no, if it's next month, it's got to be now. And I was like, they don't have that much time to really throw everything down for the anniversary. But then here they come. Okay, they give us Star Rail World. It's like any single time I see any of these little gimmicky events, it's just I see Stellar Jades. Boom, that's all I care about. Okay, moving on. See Stellar Jades. All right, you set up your like little like market essentially, and they make money. It's like a different spin on the whole like Monopoly map essentially, and you're gonna get Stellar Jades out of this. Moving on. And then there's a light cone also. Let me see if I can snatch it real quick. Then there's a light cone. No clue what there's a light cone right here. No clue what it does. It might be bad. Honestly, I don't really know a lot of the light cones that they give that are good. Ones that are for free. So, but I don't know. We don't know the stats on it. Yada yada yada. It is what it is. Moving on. I wasn't too excited about it. Go here. Kind of have like flashback. It's more of a little gimmicky thing again, or I think it's more of a gimmick. Let me see. They're like fragments or something like that. Let's see. Server-wide business operation bonuses or Stellar Jade rewards will be provided. Okay, so more Stellar Jades. Cool. Then, okay, now the meat comes in. Last year for first anniversary, we got 30 pulls. I have never, Honkai Sorrow was my first gacha game. I did not know what the normal amount to be given for an anniversary was. The only thing I ever had to compare it to was what people said about Genshin. Genshin had a 3-year anniversary. Apparently, they got hard shafted and they only got 3 singles. Horrible. I feel bad for the Genshin community. RIP. Then, that's when Honkai Star gave us 30 free pools. Awesome. We were used to the 10 every big patch. But then, oh, give me an extra 10 and then another one. It's like, oh, thank you. Like, that was amazing. Like, holy. So maybe I'm a little jaded right now. 20 pulls is still 20 pulls. Like, awesome. Thank you. And then they're going to give us the next 10. Okay. So we're going to get the 30 again. And we're also going to get 600 energy. And then the 600 energy, they're giving it to us because they're also giving us 300% bonus events on relics and planars. Or like the rope and orbs, whatever you want to call them. Then they talk a little bit more about, I don't know. I honestly know. They talk about a lot of like sponsorships. They have more Stellar Jade, like ways to get Stellar Jades. Okay. Talk more about little sponsorships right here. Sorrow live event. Honestly, I don't even know what this is. Second anniversary of a bunch to begin. I think it's just saying like join for events. You know, maybe they'll set up booths again around countries and stuff like that, like they did last year. Sorrow live event. So this one's one I'm a little confused about because during Penacony, the Penacony had a lot of good music. I think we can all agree on that. The concert was nice. And ever since Penacony, I feel like there hasn't been any crazy additions in terms of the music. I could be wrong because I don't really go out of my way to listen to the Honkai Star Rail music. Most of the gacha game music hasn't been amazing. Obviously, when you have those crazy cinematic portions of stories, that's when they're gonna pump out the good music. So for all I know, they could enhance the production again because it was very nice last year. They could go even more intense and go crazy. So looking forward to this though. Not to be negative about that. That was one of the cool things. Okay, but we've known about that already, so it's not something new. Essentially, it's not bringing me any new information. Then when they started talking about what's it called? Collab announcements. I immediately thought, oh, Fate. Awesome. I'm not intensely into Fate, but I've seen a little bit of it, and I have people who I know that really enjoy it. So I've been looking forward to it because I haven't played a gacha game, like a big gacha game where they do collab event. So I wanted to see how it's done. I've been excited for it, yada yada. I heard collab announcement. Awesome. Cool, new information that I haven't seen anywhere else. No. It's a collaboration event with like boba drinks. Only in a specific region. That's awesome for everyone in that region. Awesome, great. Like, hey, maybe it's cool. Doesn't really apply to me. Moving on next, they have an art contest. Cool. You know? Show off your skills, all that stuff. Awesome. Nothing against it. Then we've got, I think I may have, nope, that was it, honestly. So they wrap it up. They got Sorrow Live, Sorrow World, Trailblaze Report, 300%, 30 pulls, 600 energy. Cool. Then here comes the bigger part. This is the part where I get confused because they start to speed run this damn portion. Like, I will let some of this play, and I'm just like I'm getting confused as I listen to it. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back and give my thoughts on it because I want to know what everyone else's thoughts are on this whole special program. If you had gripes with it, if you didn't have gripes with it, all that stuff like that. But, I digress. Anyways, moving on. So we get on to this exchange for a free limited 5-star business. Essentially, Ruan Mei and Luocha are getting put into the pool for exchanges, but it's only for 2 patches. 3.2, 3.3, and then it update until the end. Okay, so 3 patches essentially. So yeah, there's this like token jazz, and you know, if you're above, I think it's saying if you're above level, if you're greater than level 4 or whatever, then you can get one of the golden companion spirits. Okay. And essentially what it boils down to is if you have a 5-star character, okay, a 5-star character that is maxed on eidolons, if you pull them again, you get 1 silver companion spirit. Okay. You get 1 token. I'm assuming it's 1 token. It doesn't say 1 token, but it's saying you get a silver companion spirit token. This one is saying you need 2. If I'm wrong in how I'm reading this, awesome. But how I think I think I'm reading it correctly, that you have to proc this twice. You have to roll a 7th, 8th dupe to get the golden companion spirit. And then you can get a token to get a 5-star character at the shop. So I'm assuming it means all of the standard bannered characters that they're gonna be adding a new shop with all the standard banners. And then they're like, okay, pick which one you want, and you're good. Boom. So, in a sense, like, yeah, you should hoard all of the goddamn silver tickets and then just try to hope that you, I guess, get dupes of whatever one you maxed. But the problem with this that I could see is if sorry, I'm like talking fast. I'm like breathing. Let's say Yanqing, okay? We'll throw Yanqing in there. Let's say you have a E6 Yanqing. You pull that 7th Yanqing. You get 1 silver companion token. Okay, cool. Then let's say you lose, like the next time you try pulling for a limited banner unit, you lose maybe 3 out of the 5 50/50s. But those 3 that you lost, you get like Himiko, Welt, Bailu. Boom. No Yanqing. Now, let's say the 6th time you go to pull, you finally get the Yanqing. That's all that time that now, okay, I finally got to put this silver companion spirit token to use. Now, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful because yes, the way that it's been is, oh, if you have something E6 already and you pull it again, you're SOL. Too bad. At least they're putting in a function. Like the other side of this is at least they're putting in a function to where, yes, if you pull a character that is E6 already, that at least you have some form of being able to recoup that pull. Okay. So there's that. This one I'm kind of confused on. It's like they said customize the character. The way that they explained it, so I'm gonna let it play for a bit. Again, if I'm misinterpreting any of this, please let me know down in the comments. That's the whole point of this video, because I just want to share my thoughts and I want to get your guys' thoughts, you know, create a discussion, all that stuff. And I just want to see where everyone's at. All right, I'm gonna drink some water while she says this. Customize non-boosted 5-star characters. Okay, so let's go back to what she just said. Customize non-boosted 5-star characters. I am confused by that whole phrase. What do you mean by customize non-boosted? So do you mean by boost? Okay, this is what I actually, now that I think about it. Non-boosted meaning like characters that don't have a boosted amount to get them. And I don't even like that they say that, because when it's a limited banner, they're obviously boosted because it's the damn banner for the unit. Customize it, don't really understand that. The only thing that I could think by what they mean by customize is, okay, we have Himiko, Welt, Bronya, Japard, Clara, Yanqing, Bailu in the standard banner. So when you use those silver tickets to pull in the standard banner, you have a chance of getting one of these 7. What I'm thinking is, because if we listen more. Oh, so including previous standard characters, customize up to 7 non-featured 5-star characters. You can choose 7 out of 10. So what I'm guessing, again, if I'm understanding this correctly, let's say you don't want to pull Bailu, you don't want to pull Yanqing, you don't want to pull like Welt. You can swap in Fu Xuan, Blade, and Zilla. then when you pull on that standard banner again, you have a chance of getting them. Or perchance, let's say you go to pull on, I don't know, a Noxa banner, a Caster's banner. At that point, it's like, oh, I cannot lose, or I can't, or it's out of contention, or it's not a possibility for me to get Bailu, Yanqing, or Welt in my 50-50 loss. I will get one of the other 7 that I chose to customize myself with. If that's what they're saying, cool. It gives us a bit more power over what we could possibly get, because yeah, I don't see anyone use Yanqing. Personally, I've seen some people use Bailu, so I don't. Maybe I shouldn't throw Bailu under the bus, but I don't really see anyone use Yanqing. Himiko now boosted up due to Pure Fiction and stuff like that. Bronya, people still use her. Japard, it's still a tank. I feel like Welt's kind of, I don't know. He has his purposes, I guess, with his all. Clara, like Yanqing is mainly the one that gets like he gets the end of the bat essentially. Like he's not getting any love. But yeah, so if that's what they're saying, cool. If not, I'm totally lost on where it's going. But anyways, I don't want to keep going on about that too much. Then we have this where they are doing stuff with a light cone in a new shop. So let me zip back a little bit. Sorry if I'm jumping too much. I'm trying to go in order as much as I can. Try not to make this go as long as possible. Limited 5-star light cones. Okay, so they're like adding Ruan Mei and Luochas. So I know Ruan Mei is very nice for, I think, like super break characters. It's a good light cone to get, so that's good. It's nice that they're adding new light cones in the mix. So they're adding 5 in there. Light cone memory shard times 4. So you need 4 can be exchanged for 1 5-star light cone. Okay. Okay. So starting version 3.2, Trailblazers can use Nameless Glory. I'm assuming you have to swipe for it. And Nameless Metal to obtain light cone exchange tokens. So is Nameless Metal the like $20 version or whatever? Like it's the one that gives you like the portraits and stuff, or the avatars, the icons, whatever. I'm guessing that's what that is. So then, okay, never mind. So then, I don't know. Essentially, what I'm guessing is you need to swipe for that. But the other thing that I'm guessing is that they're probably only going to give us 2 memory shards per Nameless Glory like rotation. So that means that you have to swipe twice, possibly, to get the memory shards and then finally get a 5-star. Again, it's a nice way for us to get more 5 stars. They're making it possibly more quote unquote accessible. And I could totally be coming up with nothing right now by saying they need to swipe. They could just be offered to you for free in the base Nameless whatever thing is called, the Nameless Glory. It could be in the base thing. And if it is, awesome. I take back what I said, blah blah blah. But there's a lack of information. And I haven't gone on my way to read anything yet, so I'm just going off of what I just watched, what I freshly just watched. And if you have any information, please, again, let me know down in the comments. Moving on. This one is a bit weird. They're incentivizing everyone to swipe. The top up is going to get reset again. And I guess the more you accumulate, the more you swipe, you can get a free 5-star and then another 5-star light cone. So possibly, let's say you're new, you don't have Ruan Mei, you want to swipe, you could guarantee yourself a Ruan Mei with her signature light cone. Boom. And then I don't know what this is, like a phone set or something, like a phone in-game phone case. And then but like, so I'm zipping through it and I'm watching it for the second time now. But when I was watching it the first time, this is my gripe. This is kind of why I'm even making the video, because I usually just give my afterthoughts at the end of the reaction. But this was like, all right, I don't want to make that video like an hour and a half, so I just do a second video. And I was even contemplating on not doing it because I'm like, I don't ever do that. I don't want to be whining, blah, blah, blah. But no, I want to see what everyone else's thoughts are, essentially. They just zip through it. It was so much information, and like, maybe it's because I don't understand the language they're speaking. I know there's subtitles, but I still have to read the subtitles with them going boom, 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 boom. Like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, skill issue on my end. Okay. And then they kind of talked about, oh, they're going to be trying new things with the trailers and whatnot. And that's, cool. They're trying something new because maybe it's not working with the other parts. They said that sometimes they're their own standalone stories, but now they're going to be releasing a story. Like, for instance, this one right here, they will be releasing a video on, they're planning to release a video on Castris after 3.2 is launched. So like, I could see you, okay, you play 3.2, you go through the story, and then the video releases and it fills in some lore for you. And it might give you that like aha moment. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe it's a way for them to kind of keep it relevant versus just being like, oh, let me throw out a character. Let me throw out the Myriad trailer. And then you play the story, and then we have like, you know, no momentum for the next like 3-4 weeks. Now it's like, okay, let me throw out a trailer, let me throw out the story, and then let me throw out another trailer to kind of keep it the momentum there a bit. But I don't know how it's gonna go. Who knows how well the story is done, etc., etc., etc. But at least they're trying something new, and I can't, you know, give them flack for that. The one thing that I do like, that I was happy about, was they were talking about this for 3.3 and 3.4, that they are going to be releasing, was it an actual video or let me show up. Okay, there will be a special Myriad Celestia where it kind of shows what's going on. So I have been wondering what the hell's going on with Locho for the longest time, because there's times where they give us little snippets of him over there with the Luofu, and it's like, okay, what are you up to, dude? What are you doing? What's the big grand reveal? Like, we already had a big portion over there, and then we went back there again for the whole like wolf bit, whatever. And it's like, all right, I thought Jing Liu was gonna come out of the prison and duke it out. That would have been cool, but it just didn't happen. We got like Super Yan Qing, who channeled Jing Liu's power, and then who the hell knows what Luocha's doing. Luocha's just roaming around for funsies. So that's nice. And then it showed that we get like maybe a little bit of information on Acheron. We got a little information on Acheron during Penacony, but yeah, maybe it'd be nice to know what she's up to right now. My issue was if they give us bits and pieces of a story, but then they don't give us anything to like round it out with, in terms of like, okay, let's say they show us this little snippet for 30 seconds and it's like, oh, cool, Acheron's wandering around still. Not much to that. Okay, thanks. Now you gave me something else to wonder about now. But that, maybe that's just me. So and then they're also going to be releasing apparently an extra, I think like yeah, right here, 3.8 finality mission memories are the prelude to dreams. Apparently this is supposed to be like a portion of Penacony, something about like the masked fools and stuff like that. Who knows? We'll see. Again, they're trying different things. I'm not going to knock them for that. I know that Amphorius is a very long story. They told us that from the get-go of the 3.0 special program. And yeah, it might be a slow burn there. I'm not going to say it's been horrible. 3.0 was not bad. 3.0 actually, a lot of people apparently didn't like it. I actually didn't mind it, to be honest. Again, they have been long. I really do wish that they would kind of compress the story and only make it maybe like 5 hours max, not 8 hours. Heck, I would love a 4-hour one. It's just, it feels like there's times where we're just running around in empty areas doing little monotonous activities. And they did also make a comment on that they were going to take away some mobs, make things a little bit more quality of life friendly, so that it doesn't just feel like we're burning time. And if that's true, great. I would love to see that. But overall, for this special program, it just, I don't know, I walked away unhappy. I was hyped to come into it because I was excited for Castris. I was excited for Anaxa, and I did like the 3.0, as I said already. And I wanted to see where it was going, but then it was just like a lore drop, and then it was just overload of information with the characters, and then it was just all of the information for Anniversary was just being fired off back to back to back to back to back to back, and I'm like, okay, like, jeez. So I just felt like they probably didn't have too much to really give us, and they were just trying to stretch it as much as they could. I know there's like those really dry jokes. Maybe I don't. Maybe they're not delivered as well because I don't speak the native language and I'm just reading the subtitles. Yeah, you know, it can happen. You know, I'm trying to see it objectively, but I also just want to give my honest thoughts because I usually don't ever really have big gripes with the special programs personally, but I'm starting to have gripes. But we will see how the casters thing goes. I know a lot of people have been having an issue with that, and yeah, if she's not in your account, it's a huge possible loss for you. But it depends on how her ability works. Maybe it's only once per fight that she can negate someone dying. Maybe it's only in a certain time, like for Fu Xuan, that she can res characters if you have like her E2 or something like that. But it's only within that certain instance, versus where Ho Ho can resurrect twice if you have her E2, I believe. But this one's just saying it's at a base level. So I don't know. I digress. That's kind of all I have to say about the video. If you've made it this far, thank you. Please, I would love to know your opinion on what you think of everything. What did you think of my opinions? Did I make any sense? Did I interpret things correctly? Did I interpret things incorrectly? And if I did, please correct me. Again, I'm mainly having this video because I'd like to see what everyone else's thoughts and just have like a healthy discussion of everything. Yeah. All right. I will end it there. And thank you for hearing me out. And see you in the next one. Bye.